Listen carefully, because what I'm about to say might hurt you, but it might also save your life. Right now, you think you have time. You think you can scroll a little more, sleep a little longer, waste just one more day. But let me tell you something. You are not losing time. Time is losing you. Every second you waste, every excuse you make, every moment you choose comfort over growth, you are slowly destroying your future. And the worst part, you don't even feel it happening. That's how dangerous it is. Success is not built in one day, and failure does not happen overnight. It happens in silence, in small decisions, in daily habits, the ones you ignore, the ones you justify, the ones you repeat again and again. And if you don't kill those habits, they will kill your dreams. They will kill your discipline. They will kill the person you were meant to become. So today, you wake up. Today, you take control. Because if you don't, nobody is coming to save you. This is your wake-up call. And what you do next will decide your entire life. Habit 1: procrastination. This is the silent killer. The habit that looks harmless, but is destroying your life every single day. You say, I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it later. Well, I just need more time. No, you don't need more time. You need discipline, because let me tell you the truth. There is no perfect moment. There is no perfect timing. There is only now. And every time you delay, you train your mind to stay weak. You train yourself to avoid pressure, to escape responsibility, to choose comfort over growth. And slowly, without even realizing it, you lose control of your life. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years. And one day you wake up and realize you didn't fail because you weren't talented. You failed because you never started, because you kept waiting, waiting for motivation, waiting to feel ready, waiting for the right time. But listen carefully. Readiness comes from action, not the other way around. You don't wait to feel motivated. You act, and motivation follows. You don't wait to feel confident. You act, and confidence is built. That's how winners think. They don't wait. They move, even when it's hard, even when they're tired, even when they don't feel like it. Because they understand something most people don't. Every second you waste is a piece of your future. You will never get back. Time does not care about your excuses. Time does not wait for you to be ready. Time keeps moving with you or without you. So the question is simple. Are you going to take control or keep delaying your life? Because right now, procrastination is controlling you. And if you don't kill it, it will kill your dreams. So stop waiting, stop thinking, stop making excuses. Right now, take action. Do one thing. Start small, but start immediately. Because the moment you move, you break the cycle. You take your power back. And that is where your new life begins. Kill procrastination before it kills your future. Habit 2: negative thinking. This is the habit that destroys you from the inside. No one sees it, no one hears it, but it controls everything. The voice in your head telling you, you can't do this, or you're not good enough, you will fail. And the more you listen, the more it becomes your reality. Because your mind believes what you tell it. If you keep feeding it doubt, it will create fear. If you keep feeding it fear, it will create hesitation. And hesitation kills opportunities. You don't take the risk. You don't take the step. You don't even try. And then you say, a life didn't give me a chance. No, you didn't give yourself a chance because you were too busy doubting your own power. Listen carefully. Your mind is your greatest weapon. But right now, you are using it against yourself. You are overthinking everything. You are focusing on problems instead of solutions. You are imagining failure before you even start. And that is destroying your future. Because negative thinking creates a negative life. You become what you think about every single day. So if your thoughts are weak, your life will be weak. If your thoughts are powerful, your life will change. It's that simple. Winners don't think like you. They don't sit there telling themselves they can't. They don't focus on fear. They focus on action. They replace doubt with belief, fear with courage, excuses with discipline, and that is why they win. So ask yourself, what are you telling yourself every day? Are you building yourself or breaking yourself? Because no one else is responsible for your mindset. It's you, only you. And if you don't control your thoughts will control your life. So kill the negativity right now. The next time your mind says, you can't do it, you say, watch me. The next time fear shows up, you move forward anyway. Because courage is not the absence of fear, it's action in spite of it. Stop doubting yourself, stop limiting yourself, stop destroying your own potential. You have power, you have ability, you have everything you need. But it starts here, in your mind. Change your thoughts, and you change your life. Kill negative thinking before it kills your future. Habit 3, seeking comfort. This is where most people lose. Not because they're not capable, but because they're addicted to comfort. They choose the easy path. They choose the soft option. They choose what feels good instead of what makes them grow. You wake up and you hit snooze. You feel tired, so you avoid the work. You feel pressure, so you run from it. And every time you choose comfort, you become weaker. Not physically, mentally. Because growth does not live in comfort. Success does not exist in comfort. Greatness is built in discomfort, pain, pressure, discipline. That's where transformation happens. But you keep running from it. You keep choosing what's easy. And that is why you stay stuck. Because comfort is a trap. It feels safe, but it keeps you average. It feels good, but it kills your potential. It gives you peace today and regret tomorrow. Listen carefully. Every level of your life demands a new version of you. A stronger version, a more disciplined version, a more focused version. And that version cannot be built in comfort. It is built when you push yourself, when you do what's hard, when you show up even when you don't feel like it. That's the difference. Winners embrace discomfort. They don't run from it. They don't complain about it. They use it. They understand that pain is part of the process. That struggle builds strength, and that discipline creates freedom. So while others are relaxing, they are working. While others are sleeping, they are building. While others are quitting, they are rising. And that is why they win. So ask yourself, are you choosing comfort or are you choosing growth? Because you can't have both. You either stay comfortable or you become powerful. The choice is yours. But understand this, if you keep choosing comfort, you will stay exactly where you are. Same life, same problems, same regrets. So kill the comfort. Right now, do something hard. Push yourself. Break your limits. Because on the other side of discomfort is the life you want. Kill comfort before it kills your potential. Hated for making excuses. This is the habit that keeps you stuck. The one that sounds logical, but is destroying your life. You say, I don't have time. I'm too tired. I'm too tired. I don't have the resources. That's not the right moment. Excuses, nothing but excuses. And the more you repeat them, the more they become your identity. You start believing them. You start living by them. And before you know it, you build a life based on limitations. Listen carefully. Every excuse you make is a decision to stay where you are. It's a decision to stay average. It's a decision to not grow. Because the truth is simple. You don't lack time. You lack priorities. You don't lack resources. You lack creativity. You don't lack opportunity. You lack courage. That's the truth most people don't want to hear. Because it's easier to blame circumstances than to take responsibility. It's easier to complain than to take action. It's easier to say, I can't, than to prove that you can. But winners don't think like that. They don't make excuses. They make adjustments. They find a way. No matter what, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how uncomfortable it feels, they show up. Every single day, because they understand something powerful. Excuses don't build success. Actions do. So while you're sitting there, explaining why you can't, someone else is out there, proving that it's possible. Someone with less time, less money, less support, but more hunger, more discipline, more focus. And that's why they're winning. While you're still stuck, so ask yourself, how many excuses have you made today? How many opportunities did you ignore because it felt too hard, because it felt uncomfortable, because it wasn't perfect? And how long are you going to keep doing this? Because your excuses are costing you your future. They are stealing your potential. They are destroying your growth. So it ends today. No more excuses, no more blaming, no more waiting. You take responsibility for your life, for your decisions, for your future. Because the moment you do that, everything changes. You stop being a victim and you become in control. And that is where power begins. Kill your excuses before they kill your future. Habit 5, lack of discipline. This is the difference between winners and everyone else. Not talent, not luck, not intelligence, discipline. Because without discipline, nothing works. You can have big dreams, but without discipline, they mean nothing. You can have motivation, but without discipline, it fades. You can have talent, but without discipline, it's wasted. Discipline is what keeps you going. When you don't feel like it, when you're tired, when you're stressed, when you want to quit, that's when discipline shows up. But right now, you rely on feelings. You work when you feel motivated. You stop when it gets hard. You quit when it gets uncomfortable. And that is why you're not where you want to be. Because success does not depend on how you feel. It depends on what you do, consistently, every single day. Every single day. Even when it's boring. Even when it's painful. Even when you don't see results. That's discipline. Doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. And most people can't do that. They chase motivation. They wait for the right mood. They look for inspiration. But winners, they don't wait. They show up every day. No excuses, no emotions, just action. Because they understand something powerful. Discipline creates freedom. It gives you control over your life. It builds confidence. It builds strength. It builds results. While others are distracted, you stay focused. You stay focused. While others are quitting, you keep going. While others are complaining, you are building. And over time, that consistency changes everything. So ask yourself, are you disciplined or are you controlled by your feelings? Because if you let your emotions decide your actions, you will never reach your goals. Never. You must take control. You must build discipline. Start small. Wake up on time. Do what you said you would do. Keep your word to yourself. Because self-respect comes from discipline. And without self-respect, you lose everything. So stop waiting to feel motivated. Stop depending on feelings. Build discipline. Live by it. Commit to it. Because discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. Kill your lack of discipline before it kills your future. Habit 6, fear of failure. This is the habit that stops you before you even begin. Not because you can't do it, but because you're afraid. Afraid of failing. Afraid of looking stupid. Afraid of what people will say. Afraid of not being good enough. And because of that fear, you stay where you are. You don't take the risk. You don't take the step. You don't even try. And then you wonder why nothing changes. Listen carefully. Failure is not your enemy. Fear is, because failure teaches you. Failure builds you. Failure makes you stronger. But fear keeps you stuck. It keeps you small. It keeps you average. And the worst part, the fear you feel is not even real. It's created in your mind. You imagine the worst case scenario. You create doubts, you create limits, and then you believe them. But let me tell you something powerful. Every successful person you admire has failed. Not once, not twice. Many times they failed and kept going. They failed and learned, and they failed and grew stronger. That's why they are where they are. Because they didn't let fear stop them. They used it. They moved forward anyway. Even when they were scared, even when they were uncertain, even when they didn't know what would happen. Because courage is not the absence of fear. It's action in spite of it. And right now, you are letting fear control your life. You are letting it decide your future. You are letting it keep you small. But the truth is, nothing will change until you face it, until you step into it, until you move forward, even when you're afraid. Because on the other side of fear is growth, is success, is the life you want. So ask yourself, how many opportunities have you missed because you were afraid? How many dreams have you buried because you didn't take the risk? And how long are you going to keep living like this? Because fear is costing you everything. It's stealing your potential. It's holding you back, it's keeping you stuck. So it ends today. You stop running, you stop hiding, you face it. You take the step, you take the risk. You move forward, no matter what. Because the moment you do that, fear loses its power, and you take yours back. Kill your fear of failure before it kills your future. Habit 7, living without purpose. This is the most dangerous habit of all, because when you have no purpose, you have no direction. And when you have no direction, you drift. You wake up, but you don't know why. You work, but it means nothing. You live, but you're not really alive. You're just existing, going through the motions, repeating the same routine again and again, without growth, without meaning, without progress. And slowly, that emptiness starts to consume you. You feel lost, you feel confused. You feel like something is missing, but you don't know what it is. That's the cost of living without purpose. Because purpose is what gives your life meaning. It's what gives you direction. It's what gives you the strength to keep going, even when everything is falling apart. Without purpose, you quit easily. You get distracted easily. You lose focus easily. Because you have nothing bigger than yourself driving you forward. But when you have purpose, everything changes. Pain becomes part of the journey. Struggle becomes growth. Discipline becomes natural. Because you know why you're doing it, and that a why is powerful. It keeps you going. When motivation disappears, it keeps you focused. When distractions show up, it keeps you strong. When life gets hard. So ask yourself, why are you doing what you're doing? What are you chasing? What kind of life do you want? Because if you don't define your purpose, you will waste your life chasing nothing. And one day, you will wake up with regret. Regret for the time you wasted. Regret for the chances you didn't take. Regret for the life you didn't build. And by then, it will be too late. So don't wait. Don't ignore it. Find your purpose. Define your mission. Decide who you want to become and start moving towards it. Because your life has meaning. Your struggle has purpose. Your pain is shaping you, but only if you choose to rise. Ending final message plus CTA. Listen, you've heard the truth. You've seen the habits that are destroying your life. Procrastination, negative thinking, comfort, excuses, lack of discipline, fear, and living without purpose. These are the chains holding you back. These are the reasons you are not where you want to be. But now, you have a choice. You can ignore this message, go back to your old habits, and stay exactly where you are. Or you can decide right now to change everything. Because change doesn't happen tomorrow. It doesn't happen next week. It happens the moment you decide. So decide. Right now, no more excuses, no more waiting, no more wasting your life. You take control, you build discipline. You face your fears, you define your purpose, and you become the person you were meant to be. Because deep down, you know, you were made for more. So prove it. Starting today, starting now. This is your moment. Don't waste it.